At the end of the day, I just want my accessories to help me make, well, my tech easier to use. This Loopy case is one of those accessories. Sure, it looks a little funny and doesn't follow the same lines as a naked iPhone, but does that really matter when I know that it's going to help me get the most out of my iPhone? This is one of my personal favorite cases. In fact, it's the only case that my family really likes to use. The thing that my mother says to me every single time I see her is not, "I love you, Aaron." It's, "Aaron, the Loopy is very useful." My wife loves the Loopy. Why? Because it just makes her iPhone easier to use when she's taking care of her kid when I'm making these videos. Now, the idea behind the Loopy case is quite simple. There's a rubber band on the back of the case, and the rubber band allows you to easily set your iPhone into your hand, and by flipping it over, free up that hand almost immediately. No other case allows you to do that. In the next few minutes, I'm going to dive a bit deeper, talk about the design of the case, talk about the improvements that Loopy has made over the years, the protection it's going to offer your iPhone, and all the extra functionality it adds to your iPhone. Now, no review of mine would be complete without talking about the negative aspects of a case, and there are a couple. One of them resulted in my iPhone 8 Plus's screen breaking while I was using the Loopy case as my primary case. Yes, that break is underneath the screen protector. Worst break ever.
Real usage, real reviews. MobileReviewsEh.ca.
I'm Aaron the Ho. This is Monty, and the reviews we do on this channel are based on our actual experience with the products. So if you're looking for something fluffy, well, go Google a bunch of pictures of marshmallows. If you want to see why I love the Loopy case so much, watch my video where I show you a bunch of things that you shouldn't do with an iPhone in general, but can because of the Loopy case. The Loopy case comes in two versions. You got the regular Loopy and the Loopy Max. The cases that Loopy uses have gotten quite tough over the years, which is a good thing since the first versions were incredibly lightweight and thin, but didn't offer much protection for your device when it wasn't in your hand. The cases by themselves kind of remind me of a beefier Rhino Shield plate proof. The cases are almost the same size as an OtterBox Symmetry, but handle 1,000 times better because of the loop. Now, this loop actually isn't a rubber band. The original loop had a matte finish, whereas the new loops have a glossy end, which ensures that the loop doesn't change size over time. It doesn't get bigger as you use it. You can easily swap out the loops for different colors, and Loopy has a multitude of different colors and styles. The glow-in-the-dark ones are especially fun to use. Yeah, business during the day and party during the night. When it comes to protection, both the regular Loopy and Loopy Max will do a great job protecting your device from accidental drops. However, those accidental drops will be far and few between for the average person. Why? Because the moment your hand is in the loop, the only way that your iPhone's going to get damaged is if you're falling with your device. And if that's actually happening, you have a bigger problem, immediate problem anyways, than thinking about damage to your iPhone. You gotta think about the damage to your bones. Now, if you're wondering if the loop comes out from normal day-to-day usage, well, here's a video clip of me shaking the loop on my largest iPhone as vigorously as possible. The updated loop does a great job, as you can see, of, well, keeping your iPhone attached to your body. If you want to see more examples of why I think the Loopy is the most useful case ever, check out the video where I show you 19 things you can't do with a normal iPhone case, but can with the Loopy case. Now, the biggest difference between the Loopy and the Loopy Max are the edges. The edges on the Max are a bit larger than the regular case, which equates to extra drop protection. The thicker edges of the Max include a hexagonal pattern, which adds to that drop protection. The edges of the case are quite high and will keep your screen of your iPhone off a flat surface, even with the thicker screen protector. The one thing that I noticed is that there is a tendency for me to put my device face down in the Loopy case because of the loop. Apparently, my mind decided that being able to pick up my iPhone easier was worth the occasional scratch on the screen. Now, if you value functionality over aesthetics, you'll definitely appreciate the Loopy case. You're going to like it so much that you'll overlook some of the flaws that this case does have. Now, I know I have, but I do have two issues with it, and I'll talk about those after I tell you even more why the Loopy case is my personal favorite case of all time. Honestly, the loop just makes my iPhone better to use. It helps me get the most out of my iPhone. Most iPhone cases don't have enough texture on the edges to easily lift it off a flat surface with one try. It may slip out of your fingers, or it may take multiple tries before you actually get a solid hold of your device. You never have that problem with the Loopy case. The moment your finger is in the loop, your iPhone's going to be safe. But what makes the Loopy unique is that the fact that you can easily free up your phone hand without actually having your iPhone leave your hand. You can't do that easily with a PopSocket. Now, some of you might think that the loop on the case might actually get caught on pockets or get in the way, but it's really not a bad thing. For example, with the smaller iPhones, I found that if I needed to keep my iPhone easily accessible, I'd only tuck my iPhone in a loopy case up until I felt the loop. The rubber on the loop still keeps it in my pocket, it doesn't fall out, and I don't fully lose the iPhone in the pocket. If I need to fully secure the iPhone in the pocket, I can just push it all the way in. The band doesn't really get caught in anything, and it compresses quite easily, and it's very, very pliable. These features are subtle, but they make a noticeable difference on a day-to-day basis. Your device just becomes so much easier to use. Now, taking photos and videos with the Loopy is way safer and easier. The 8 Plus is a beast out of phone that's covered in glass, so being able to put a bit of tension on the loop allows for better videos. Selfies are way easier with the Loopy case, as you don't have to worry about dropping your device. All you have to think about is the picture that you're taking. The ease of use has become so apparent to me ever since becoming a dad. My 9-month-old is getting so very, very squirmy and will basically try to lunge out of my arms anytime he sees basically anything. So I need to have 2 hands to keep him from hurting himself. At the same time, I want my device to be close enough that I can easily, snap a picture of him being awesome and send it to my parents or his grandparents. Now, what problems do I have with the Loopy case? Well, first of all, buttons are just a little tougher to use than the average case. The difference is actually very noticeable between my favorite case buttons, which is found on the latest Rhino Shield Solitude cases. But as I've said before, the case is so bloody useful, having tougher to use buttons isn't a big deal to me. Now, the second issue I have is that the Loopy case generally won't work with Qi chargers. The distance created by the loop is a little too great, which is fine for me since Qi charging on the iPhone blows. I know, I've done a full video on that. It also might not work with the average car mount. It does work with my iAudio mount, which is my go-to non-Qi charging car mount. So if you're looking for something that works with the Loopy case, do check that car mount out. And it's actually this last issue that caused me to break the iPhone 8 Plus. The damage that you're seeing on my iPhone 8 Plus is the result of me taking the device out of the Loopy case because I wanted to use the Qi charger in my car mount. After I got to my location, I was lazy and didn't want to put the iPhone back into the Loopy case. Got out of my car and dropped it on concrete. Now, my iPhone would have been fine if it was in the Loopy case, if I dropped it in the Loopy case, but it didn't because, well, I was lazy. And it's a brutal break too because, well, my screen broke beneath the screen protector. So it didn't break in the Loopy case, but it did break because of the Loopy case. Moral of the story, Qi charging on the iPhone sucks. So if you're interested in getting this product, definitely make use of my discount code to get you $5 off of the product. It's the first time you're watching one of my videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe. Questions, comments, leave them down there. I'll be happy to answer them. That's kind of all I got. Thanks for watching.